So I would certainly lead with keeping an eye on these digital asset treasury companies. I think that, we look at Bitcoin and like I said, there's 100 of them at this point. MicroStrategy is certainly the biggest one in the space. Metaplanet over in Japan is one of the larger ones. That is something that people need to keep an eye on, which is what are these companies doing? Are there more of them? So when we look at Solana, we look at some other token and treasury companies, the pipeline is really strong for them. I think we see announcements pretty much every day in terms of a new company raising money to buy digital assets. That's a trend that I don't want to be on the other side of. So for now, that is a very strong tailwind. I would continue to look at government regulation. We still don't have true clarity on what is a digital asset. Is it an equity? Is it a commodity? Obviously, the CFTC and the US government has acknowledged that Ethereum and Bitcoin are commodities. I do think further clarity from the government on what they consider a digital asset to be will certainly serve as a tailwind. And then I think you also have a number of two other factors. One is actual just innovation, pure technology innovation. We look at the internet back in 1995 through 99. That internet, which was really just pushing data back and forth. It wasn't very usable. We weren't doing commerce. We were just looking at websites. So the early internet, what it was back then versus what the internet is now, has changed dramatically. And I think that you're going to see a number of blockchain technologies that are moving in that direction for making, things in our everyday lives that are not on blockchain moving forward with that. So you'll see a rash of new technologies come forward, which will be great. And then I think you just also have to look at Bitcoin itself specifically as a safe haven from global economic instability. We certainly have a lot of things that are going on globally that people are wary of. Certainly some great things, but also certain things to be concerned about. I think as people look at digital assets as a potential safe haven from some of those larger factors, I think that you will see some more momentum potentially pushing into the digital asset space. And then the third thing I would actually think about, again, as we move through stablecoins is really the financialization of digital assets. We have a very nascent ecosystem right now where digital assets are traded largely by unregulated dealers and, kind of a more of a crypto native infrastructure. StoneX is part of that, but we are moving towards a more regulated infrastructure for accessing these. And so as you see banks moving into custody, as you see global banks moving into trading, and you see global banks moving into the ecosystem, that's really going to be, generating more interest from their client base and moving that forward. And I think that's going to create a significant tailwind as we create an infrastructure that can really kind of bridge the gap between digital and traditional finance, or TradFi as we call it.